Well, one of the surprises this year from BMW is their new Baby XR. Sharing the spotlight with the new F900R, they both sport the same new parallel twin 900 engine. The new 895cc engine, which powers the Baby XR and the new R, puts out 103 brake horsepower at 8,500 RPM and 92 Newton meters of torque at 6,500 RPM. Compared to the outgoing 800cc engine in the F800R, this is a 16% increase in power and a 9% increase in torque. Weight-wise, the new XR comes in at a wet weight of 219 kilograms or 482 pounds, and that's with the fuel tank filled to 90% of its capacity. Compared to its bigger brother, the S1000XR, this is only 7 kilograms lighter. But for a motorcycle that you should realistically never need to pick up, weight really doesn't play such an important role here. Speaking of the fuel tank, it's a plastic construction and its capacity is at 15.5 liters or 4.1 gallons. According to the 67 mpg or 3.5 liters per 100 kilometer figure provided by BMW, the range should be reasonable at around 370 kilometers or 230 miles. Considering no riders that I know worry about fuel consumption when they ride, you will probably realistically get about 25% less range, but have a lot more fun doing it. Both the XR and the R share the same steel bridge frame as well as the engine. Suspension travel is actually a bit more than the S1000XR. Suspension travel for the new XR is 170mm at the front and 172mm at the rear, meaning that you'll get 10 and 12mm more suspension travel than the bigger S1000XR. Looking at more comparisons with the bigger XR, seat height is also good news for shorter riders, with the F900XR sporting an 825mm seat height, making it 15mm lower than the bigger S1000. Stopping power is also top-notch and is provided by a pair of 320mm discs with 4-piston radial Brembo calipers on the front. Both the XR and the R receive a wide complement of electronic systems which include keyless ignition, 2 standard riding modes, rain and road, ABS, traction control, and if you happen to live in Europe, you will also get the intelligent emergency call system as standard. As optionals, BMW provides 2 additional Pro riding modes, electronic suspension adjustment, ABS Pro and adaptive cornering lights, the latter seeming to hit a lot more bikes nowadays. Taking a look at the adjustable windshield on the XR and the fairing, which has been inspired by the bigger S1000XR, the Baby XR seems to have been designed with quite a bit of weather protection in mind to keep you comfortable for those long touring rides. Adding the F900XR to its lineup next to the more adventure-oriented F850GS, BMW aims to please the more sports touring enthusiasts among us, which really don't have any desire to ride their motorcycles off-road, but still want improvement of life comforts like decent enough range, a comfortable riding position, handguards, and weather protection. Now, how is the F900R different than the F900XR? Well, the most important difference between the two, however, can only be felt once we get to ride them, since they should feel quite different to each other. The R is classified as a naked road bike. It's 10mm lower than the XR, weighs about 8 kilograms less, suspension travel is also about 30% less than the XR, and while the wheelbase is about the same at 1518mm, it is 45mm narrower, which is quite considerable. So all in all, it's a shorter, narrower, lighter bike, and its road-oriented setup should make for a very comfortable ride around town or on smaller rides. So for 2020, BMW has looked to further cement its position as a market leader by bringing even more choice to the riders. What are your impressions of the new F900XR and R? Where would you see yourself riding these bikes? Let us know in the comments below. Well, that's the show, everyone. If you've enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up, and if you think you've learned something new, consider subscribing or becoming a patron to help us make more of these shows. Cheers, and I'll see you on the next one.